So Sony is officially launching the FX2, a camera directly targeted to video pros. At the same time, Nikon just pulled a historic sales win in Japan, and there are major rumors about Nikon's next flagship and more, so let's just jump right into the news. So Nikon has finally overtaken Sony in Japan's full-frame mirrorless camera market for the first time since mirrorless cameras became a dominant category. So in Japan last month, the month of April, Nikon became the best-selling full-frame mirrorless camera manufacturer on record. Now, the main driver behind this comes from the performance of their Z9 II, which has been moving a significant number of units, enough to help Nikon capture 33% of the market across an analysis of 2,300 Japanese camera electronics retailers. This is a big shift. Sony has led this category almost every month since the original A7 launched over a decade ago, and Canon has been nipping at their heels at 24%. It has been a tight race. And it's worth emphasizing now that the mirrorless camera market makes up 90% of all interchangeable lens camera sales, which underscores the importance of these numbers. Digging into why the Z9 II stands out, it's a 24 megapixel full frame camera with a launch price around $1,700. Reviewers have cited it as a phenomenal balance of features, hardware quality, and value, which has made it quickly popular. Chris Nichols over at Petapixel, who is my favorite Canadian, praised the Z9 II in a hands-on review, saying that it feels more like a true jack-of-all-trades camera. He highlighted its capability to shoot everything from landscapes to wildlife to weddings, and it's got great versatility at that price point. Now, it's also important to clarify that this sales victory is limited to a single month, and it remains to be seen whether or not Nikon can maintain that lead, or if it's temporary due to launch buzz and early adopters. So what do you think? Can Nikon hold on to the sales crown in Japan? Let me know down in the comments. Real quick, I want to mention that this video is sponsored by me. And unless I say otherwise, every video on this channel is backed by my photography business. YouTube ad revenue is nice, but it doesn't keep the lights on. I am a working professional photographer, and this is how I make my living. I specialize in portraits, family sessions, and photo and video work for small businesses. So if you're in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Riverside, Orange County, or San Diego and need professional content that makes you look good, I am available. You'll find booking info and links down in the description. Speaking of Nikon, their next flagship might be closer than we think, and the rumored specs put it right up against Canon and Sony's very best for 2025. So attention has shifted a bit to the Z9 Mark II, with multiple reliable sources suggesting that there will be a formal announcement in late 2025, with shipping potentially in early 26. The Z9 II is expected to compete head-to-head with Canon's EOS R1 and Sony's A1 II, both of which push high-end stills and video capabilities to new levels for their segments. Although I know that the Sony folks are going to come at me in the comments to say that they're not in the same segment, and that's okay. So let's break down the most frequently cited rumored specs, starting with a 45 megapixel stacked full-frame CMOS sensor, an updated version of what we have in the Z9, coming with an X-Speed 8 image processor, upgraded video features like 8K at 60 frames per second, 4K at 240, 10-bit internal recording, dual CF Express Type B slots, advanced AI-based subject and object detection, as well as being physically lighter using magnesium alloy for the body, and a fully articulating LCD screen. There's also potential for built-in 5G wireless connectivity, although I don't know what that would be for. But if these specs are accurate, the Z9 II would be aimed at professional creators across sports, wildlife, broadcast, high-res commercial video, pretty much everything. This is a big bat to swing. But of course, these are leaks, so we can never be 100% sure. But two separate sources have confirmed at least that there will be an announcement window in October or November, and that real shipments will start in Q1 of 2026. No official details on pricing, but speculation would land this camera appropriately at about $59.99 US, about $500 more than the Z9, though it is currently retailing at $49.99. If that price holds up, even though it is more expensive than the Z9, it would still be a discount over the R1 and the A1 II. Next, let's take a look at some lens designs with hand control over one of the most talked about qualities in photography, the bokeh. So Voitlander has announced a lens that allows, let's take that again. So Voitlander has announced a lens that allows photographers direct manual adjustment of the bokeh. meaning that you can actually dial in the exact character and amount of background blur that you want for each shot. Now, for portrait and creative photographers, this is subtle, but it can have an impact as it gives you more control over your depth of field aesthetics. This is far more powerful than something like a generic aperture ring. Now, their focus here is on delivering advanced optical quality with the ability to customize images out of focus rendering in camera without any software required. And that positions it directly at professionals who want to tailor the blur and separation between their subjects and the backgrounds in portraits, still life, and artistic work. So while Voitlander lenses have always had a reputation for high build quality, classic rendering, this is a response to a growing demand for greater creativity and flexibility, especially among photographers who like to experiment with very shallow depth of field and background highlights. So if you are a photographer that shoots in super shallow depth of field, are you looking for manual control in your day-to-day photography of the bokeh character in your lenses? Let me know. Last but not least, our top story, Sony is going to be giving us an FX2. It's been officially confirmed that the FX2 will be bringing a new sensor, EVF design, and pro-level video features to the cinema camera lineup. The public announcement for this camera will be on May 28th, and it is aimed at video pros and independent creators who are looking for advanced, but not super bulky, cinema-oriented cameras. The expectation is that this latest entry will fill a spot between the FX3 and the FX30. This latest entry is expected to fill a spot between the FX3, the FX30, and the FX6. Spec-wise, Sony is putting the 33 megapixel back illuminated sensor from the a7 IV and the a7C II into the FX2 body, making it a significant jump up from the current 12.1 megapixel in the FX3. And one of the biggest points of discussion is the new tilting EVF. This is expected to offer greater flexibility when you're shooting at various angles. There were suggestions that this was a feature that Canon had in development, but Sony has been first to market. Looks like they're going to beat them there. Also expecting an onboard AI chip for subject detection and autofocus optimized for tracking people and fast-moving objects. Expect native 4K 60 Super 35 recording, a mechanical shutter, and professional 32-bit float audio. The body is confirmed to be thicker than the FX3, featuring active cooling for long recording sessions without any thermal issues. Ports and storage are identical to the FX3, making it much easier for those who might be looking to switch. Estimated pricing on this is $3,500 US. So while the primary differentiator here is the tilting EVF, which is more flexible for video shooters and something not currently available on FX models, especially considering the small and utilitarian style of the FX line. This is, I would say, an interesting and maybe somewhat unexpected addition to the FX line. Zooming out to a broader market perspective, this is a direct answer to the emerging demand for compact, high-resolution cinema cameras. Canon doesn't have a camera in this space yet, although there are continued rumors about V-series cameras with full-frame sensors that we may see before the end of the year. So where does the FX2 land for you? Is this the potential next video workhorse for your kit, or are you waiting for more from the viewfinder and audio features? Drop your thoughts down below. Let me know. Very curious to hear from the Sony shooters in my audience. So that's what we have for the Sony and the Nikon news today. If you want to support what I'm doing here on the channel, consider becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive resources like LUTs, presets, highlighted comments, members-only live videos, and early access to all of my uploads. If you're looking to book a photo or video session, all the details are down in the description. I'm in Vegas, LA, Riverside, Orange County, and San Diego. You'll also find all of my gear links down there, including my 2025 Content Creator Essentials list for anyone getting started. Those are affiliate links, so if you pick something up, it does help the channel. Also, don't forget I am rebuilding my Instagram after losing my original account. There's a giveaway going on to help get the word out. Just follow me on Instagram, subscribe here, and drop a comment saying that you followed me on Instagram. You can also sweeten the pot by sharing and liking everything over there. But as always, the easiest way to support the channel is just to hit the like button, hit subscribe. That's all free, and it really, really helps. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.